the Kings of Kings.
The two teams who've enjoyed the paradise that was the upper brackets will now battle in the depths of the lower brackets. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn lower bracket finals. One last ticket to MSC at EWC.
Yeehaw! Game 1, Land of Dawn. A little spell check here, nothing too crazy. 4 flickers for RRQ, 3N and Inspire for GEEK. Who will strike first in this best of 3? Ladies and gentlemen, let's witness and enjoy the game.
Really good stuff from GEEK fam in the drafts, I feel, man. Like, they were 2 steps ahead of even us here on the caster desk, picking up the 1-1 while the Irithel was open, but it's okay because they knew that RRQ could have gone, or should have, I would say, gone for a jungler, knowing that a lot of it will be banned out. But turns out, GEEK fam instead went for the roam bans, taking away those playmakers from Edok. Something that we saw him utilize very well yesterday, almost being the key factor in a comeback up against Onyx. Looking at the emblems here by IndieHome, pull yourself together for both a boy and Kenzie. And also, we got to pull yourself together for Edok. A pick that Arashi's been talking about, you know, where has this been? It's a signature pick for Edok. A lot of times we see these comfort picks, Gani, and it just doesn't work out. Sans on the Lilia. Let's see if Edok can pull off the Ruby.
It's a little bit of the risk taking here from side of RRQ. That's going to be an airborne. GEEK fam and RRQ, slow early game, touching and going. No spells triggered as well, and it seems like they will go all in the first turtle fight.
Turtle 1 is going to be a big point of contention here for both these teams. Again, the Ling pick towards the end was the only choice, to be fair, right? We were talking about the Fredrin, but it was banned out. Good pin down, Rins on a utility pick as well. A boy, this is what I like about a boy, right? When he gets his hands on the carries, Rins pulled back already. Set up better for GEEK fam for Turtle 1.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great reminder for Boy, who was on the 1-1 against Kyrie on the Ling, and he struggled in that game. Sutsujin looking to replicate that gameplay, and let's see, will it come to fruition or not? Seems like both teams, though, taking it slow for the first turtle take.
Both assassins, there's no need, no rush to go for neutral objectives. They can just farm out, especially for RRQ, knowing that, again, Maykids was able to take it earlier, but Loisky getting chunked quite low. Turtle number 1, Maykids a level ahead already. Sutsujin still on the orange buff now. Good Lantern Flare, Rins backing away. Time with the flicker forward, get in the Dark Wave, and now Infernal Pursuit over to the back. A boy to be caught as well. Time continues, but Loisky got 3.
Tempest of Blade will not be able to find a mark. That's gonna be Maykids.
Almost getting it, now in the mid lane, Riz, no Crimson Beacon. Edok mounted by the glue. Tywin walking up, gets a basic attack onto the lethal. Wanderer, Gob still with immobilization, looking for the kill. Another grab, a flicker missing. Edok getting away 1-1, but GEEK fam, Beloy and a boy are back on the turtle. Dyron with the Dark Wave again.
He collapsed on the turtle, Dyron looking for an escape route.
Boom, bang, chomped up by Gobs. A boy coming in as well. Immobilization, 3-man Dark Wave. Dyron pinned down again, a free turtle, and a kill for GEEK fam.
RRQ, they are struggling to find the connection in that turtle taken. Yeah, that was just clean discipline execution from side of GEEK fam. Now, can they translate it to the later stage? Prediction, we got colors.
Wow. Town prediction by our new application, GoPay. RRQ?
1-2.
Okay, we're 3-3. All right, it's equal. Coleus, me, and Arashi, we've gone RRQ. We have a battle amongst ourselves. But remember, this could be a way for me to curse, you know what I mean?
Ooh, okay. You're teasing us.
Very convenient for me.
4 minutes in, just the 3 kills in total. And yeah, Toy and Kenzie, safe farm so far. Untouched. I don't think they have spent their spells just yet, so it's pretty okay. Toy, though, already rotating towards the mid.
Yeah, trying to get the double lane. Something you can do against the 1-1 when you have the Granger is, again, utilize that double lane. Mainly on the Granger, too, you just have a lot of kill pressure in lane, but Beloyski has been able to neutralize that really well in Game 1. Constantly rotating to keep Kenzieski safe. And we really see a shift in styles for Kenzie. I think in the regular season early on, he always wanted to go for the 1v1s. They got soloed by Iman, and after that, he had to go through a whole redemption arc, practicing in scrims, getting better, and now he decides, for the most part, not to engage in the lane.
Yeah, looking at the Adams Corrosion, yeah, 3.1. Oh, 400 between the two, 500 even, so that's an edge.
But I'm offended. Rim's already with Lantern Flare. Now again, Beloyski gonna be caught and will be taken down. Toy picks up the kill. Another Lantern Flare over to a boy. But the Brave Smite gets him back to safety. Also the regen. Unfortunately for Toy, just a tad bit late. Could have been a stack on the Sky Piercer.
Out of position, Beloyski there. Punished and unlucky for GEEK fam. RRQ, they have prio on the next turtle. GEEK fam, can they recover?
Another I'm offended over. A boy gonna be caught again. Lantern Flare not there. Kenzie. Dive on the back. Dark Wave. They put a pursuit with a pin down with a pinch crack as well. A boy still gonna be caught as well. 1 for 1 though. In the end, XP for mid. Make kids on the turtle.
What an initiation by Dyron. Oh, perhaps Beloyski looking for an initiation.
Uh-oh, Kenzie picked up half-second skill. That's an all-in onto the back again. Turtle gonna be taken. Edog pinned down to the wall, gets over the wall. Sutsujin, Tempest Ablaze. Beloyski waiting for the pin again. Oh, Sutsujin!
Finds the connection and Kenzie falls. RRQ, they may lose out on the turtle take on the first one, but second round, it is all them.
It's been so equal that at this point, I guess we gotta talk about scaling. GEEK fam have secured the first 2 turtles in the game, and RRQ have found really good trades on the board. A turret up top, more kills. Do they have the scaling? They certainly do have damage when we get to late game with the Ling. The 1-1 falls off, and Joy goes crazy in the late game. Rins with the flicker out already. I think even if we get to the late game, it's kind of equal, but the diversion plays, I think, is what really will set the 2 teams apart. Once we get to mid to late, once these turrets start to fall, and once the map starts to open, that's their player. Boys with the Rage Might again. Crimson Beacon to the back of Boy with the flicker out. Fist back.
That's a cancellation decision. Stuck Tempest Blade.
Mounted up, still taken down. Great Sky Piercer stack now. It's asking to be pinned down one more time on the Edog. As Make Kids jumps to the back. Dark Wave canceling the dashes. Edog will be caught in the crossbow. Tang! Toy gets a double. 4-6 on the scoreboard. 1-1. Beloy and Edog plus Gops.
Great recovery, at least for GEEK fam, right? Could have really gone worse, but it's still a win for RRQ now. They're looking for the siege towards the mid, but GEEK fam was there to just defend and clear. Yeah, let's take a breather. 1.2k gold between them, but okay. That's surprising. RRQ winning on the audience prediction?
Extremely surprising, you know? Probably one of the smaller fan bases in Mobile Legends. That's a joke. RRQ obviously going to always win these audience predictions. The kingdom is strong, very strong here in the arena too. And then they got the Femunity outnumbered by what, like 3-1. Quite crazy. 1,000 gold in. And to be fair, RRQ, they built themselves such a good composition to deny the joy. They have so many displacements. You see, usually you just wait for Dyron to pop Dark Wave or that shoulder bash, and then you'll be free. But now you have to deal with, again, the Jusin, the Ruby. And technically, Suzuki can land a Tempest Ablaze on him, knock him up.
Goes both ways, right? Let's see here, this First Lord has spawned. GEEK fam, again, they're behind just under a K. They have... I mean, compensation. Holy Crystal, though. That's a big power spike for Makids.
Uh-oh. I'm offended over the Gobs. Has a spread. Will be able to utilize it. Beloyski with the pin down over to Tyrant now. And that's with all in with the immobilization as well as Rins pops in the Crimson Beacon. Walks it forward. Dark Wave, crossbow tang.
That's going to be Makids finding the connection. But I think for back, Tyrant falls.
Makids in the back, tearing them apart. Finding a kill. Sutsujin locked down by the fist crack as Kenzie lets the basic attacks fly on Ling.
Both teams trading punches. This time around, GEEK fam, they were able to have the right control and 3 members of RRQ out.
The reactive draft of RRQ has not been able to get them the mid-game wins. GEEK fam waited so patiently for their power spikes, that Holy Crystal right on cue, Ghana. You mentioned it, and they went in. Explosive initiation from Beloyski. Saw that Dyron was opposition. Once you get one of those things, again, one of the core components as to how they've been able to deny the joy, it leaves Makids with so much room. Rins, it didn't really help that they were kind of scattered in that fight.
No.
They got to play for Toy. Toy has 3 kills still. 2 stacks on Skypiercer.
It's really tough, right? I mean, like, what, 2 minutes ago, RRQ had the gold lead, 1,500 gold. 2 minutes later, GEEK fam, almost 3K. And they're not done on the offense. Lord is still marching bottom side. That's a diversion.
Sitsujin, oh, pinned down! B! Big Brain Baloyski with the help of his partner in crime, a boy.
He really has a dream. A boy. Lord, bottom side. Can they pressure more?
Yes, they can. I don't know about the wave clear from RRQ. Make it! In the back, the smiling jungler, smiling a bit too widely in this game, getting everything he wants.
Okay. Tempo, seems like with the holy defense, RRQ will be able to hold on. And GEEK fam, at this point, right, we are about to enter the late game. And it's going to get very scary for RRQ with the diversion play. We saw what Sans did with the Luo Yi yesterday against RRQ. So will they have that PTSD against a boy?
That's a good question. I don't know. It's tough. We were talking about if both teams scaled equally. Oh, Yin Yang reaction now. Over to Edok, mounted up as well. Edok has the flicker. He does not want to utilize it defensively, but he does make it!
Finds it, Tempest Blade defensively. GEEK fam though, they will back away.
So slow, yet so calculated for GEEK fam. They don't rush into these things. They just find the poke. And now we're really seeing, you know, the weakness of the Ruby. The weakness of when Edok doesn't get a prio pick. Baloy, no one saw that. It's fine. Oh, that Tigreal ban really hurt.
Great read, right?
Yeah.
Draft-wise, especially in the second phase.
Better than Nonic.
But yeah, Haskell's as well, Kenzie. So that survivability,
Yeah.
gotta take into consideration where RRQ might go for the all-in, but the Haskell can be clutch for Kenzie.
For sure. He's gone for the crit build, ladies and gentlemen. Diversion from a boy with a dream, a boy with a catch!
Again, to Jin. That's Sujin though. Calm, collected. Okay, so at least he has secured the true damage item within that endless battle. So I guess he has chances, right? And now he is controlling the top side, and GEEK fam, they're gonna blitz this.
BOD for Toy. Big item, electrifying beast over to Lord already. They want to blitz this as quick as they can. Substitution, nowhere to be seen. Make it, secures it, Rinse. Ball before the crossbow tank is popped in. Now again, comes to the back line, zoning them away. Siren isolates himself. Dark Wave.
Crossbow Tang, healed it.
And another diversion from a boy! Setsujin dove in! Tempest of Blades will find a boy, but is it worth it for the cost of the mercenary's life?
Bang, 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 bang. That's 4 RRQ members eliminated.
Damn! That's 2 times more bangs than you see in the title of the video game. RRQ. Now they're really on the back foot, and man, this reminds me of an old version of RRQ. An RRQ in their toughest times, only relying on their gold lane. Called them Skylar-centric back in the day. Currently, it's all Toy.
During that time, gotta remember, they were a defensive team. They are so good at defending. Will that characteristics show in this game? They're behind almost 7K. Defending a Lord, can they pull the defense out?
And that team was actually knocked out by GEEK fam, making it a 1v1 against the Mercenary. Once a part of his team back in the day. Now in the mid lane of Siege. G-Dog walking up. Gobs with the spread spread already as Makins walks up his Rins. Pops in the Crimson Beacon. Big resource.
RRQ still holding on. They want to prioritize to take this Lord down. GEEK fam patiently waiting for a mistake.
Oh, that's a mistake. Kenzie, way too aggressive. Luckily, you have a second chance when you're on the 1-1. RRQ weren't ready for Edok to find a target like that. Base turret down in the far lane. This is of immense value for GEEK fam.
All right, seems like RRQ again. They are able to defend the Lord here. Second Lord, and By the way, Ruby became the second most picked hero. That's a pull.
I'm offended. Now diversion into the back. A boy finds it, and he will be able to pop in. Kenzie's deep in the side again. Sutsujin Strider, but let's stay and make his.
That's going to be Dyron though. Trying to find counterplay. Toy finds it.
No crossbow tang. Interesting.
Okay.
Kenzie would pop it in. Ends up being 1-for-1. Gobs for Dyron. I guess you could say the losing team usually benefits from a 1-for-1 trade, but I don't know about this. I think it really still benefits Geek Fam knowing that, again, without that front line, they can't open their own jungle. Geek Fam has full control of the Kingdom's jungle.
Really hard for the RRQ composition to open the map, right? Sure, you're a Ruby, but Ruby's not a hero that can really face check, especially when on a losing team. So let's see here how they handle it. Seems like RRQ's play is just clump up, send Sutsujin far lane, but this time a different approach. Sutsujin joins immediately.
But while you look at that, Wind of Nature already built up. Veloci actually taking a half. Make kids threatening the back. Wind of Nature. This is a big item for Geek Fam, for Kenziski. The only real threat for Kenziski the entire game, 16 minutes, has been physical damage dealer. Now reaction to cancel out the conceal. A boy to be engaged on Tyron, finding the rock wave. Toy in the midst of it all. That would dive in the back with Sutsujin. A boy will be falling again.
That's gonna be make it Tempest Blade.
Trying to go for more. Kenzie's gone live with a crossbow tag. Eat up mounted. Kenzie go and fist crack over to Sutsujin. On the wall, he falls to give Kenzie a triple. Only one man left standing. Toy. He deals with the wave, but Geek Fam have another.
Let's see RRQ. Toy, will he be able to defend this one?
Make hits with the minions in the mid lane, now jumping in all the way to the back with the electrifying beats. Now the rest of the team, Beloyski with a punch to finally knock RRQ out in game number 1.
Geek Fam, they strike first in this best of 7. Great approach, great execution. And RRQ will be the ones to suffer first.
A devastating, perhaps something like a Easton Shin again. They go for the alpha, which is, I would say, just as weird. Like Shepard mentioned, so much CC on the other side. The Phobia's displacement as well. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the land of dawn. You can see the Garuda wings of MPL Indonesia to fly us into this world. Edith too, right there to welcome us.
Let's see, will RRQ take game 2 to equalize, or will Geek double their lead? A boy mid with a Kimmy. Let's see if this guy can make it happen again.
Who are you to shred as the alpha? Usually you see a Baksha on the other side, you know, a tanky boy like a Gatot even, and then you say, sure, let's go alpha, let's shred him. Make kids, Suyo isn't tanky, not that durable. The Phobias, I guess? Kenziski already struggling up top in this 1v1. 1-1, definitely favored in this battle, in this matchup. Pull yourself together as usual. Nothing too crazy. 2 bargain hunters though for Geek Fam. And 2 Inspires, 2 Beloyski in the mid lane. I actually thought it was going to be the Zask for a boy. They went for a more meta pick.
Yeah, it seems like they do not want to take that risk just yet. Kenzie though, great spot, right? Already popped his Purify, so that's just Kenzie. Got to play it very, very carefully in the lanes. A quick setup in the bottom side though, but Dyron, for now, is able to space out from that threat.
I just really love the understanding of Geek Fam as to like how the individual matchups play out. They know that they can't go up top in the gold lane to help Harith. Harith in this lane, for the most part, is just going to be there to farm up. So instead, they rotate down below to get prio for Gobs, who's also in a losing matchup against a CC, giving Gobs some more space to breathe, and now he doesn't get punished as much as he should have in the early game while going up against the CC.
Okay, now, both teams just touching and going, trying to trigger spells before the first hurdles. Of course, it's going to be RRQ here, moving as a unit, 4-man rotating towards the mid to get that mid prio.
Yeah, good prio. Rin's already zoning the back again. Gobs able to get level 4, but a boy isn't level 4 just yet. Tyron, curtain call, a boy able to walk just in time together. 2 big ultimates already used out. No Crimson Beacon and no curtain call. Make his level 5 to Sutsujin's 4.
Let's see, that's going to be Rin's taken down first.
Uh-oh. Sutsujin doesn't know what to do. Not using his Pure Alpha, that could have been a big play to win a team fight. Hesitation from RRQ. Sutsujin has another shot. Who will he go on? That's a pin down over. Only one member. Lock for the Spear of Alpha. Scopes goes in and put up pursuit over the Tyrant. Again on Sutsujin. Edok looking for the kill, but Malloy gets away.
The juke from BBB. And of course, Scobs will be able to lock Sutsujin down. First turtle goes to Geek Fam.
What happened to RRQ? The clean, calm, composed early game system of Keskute is breaking in front of our eyes. We saw the keys to victory for Geek Fam bring it to late game, where that inevitably happens, but for RRQ, it's not even functioning right.
Keep in mind, folks, that RRQ, they're the regular season champion. Right now, 3 minutes in, they're behind 2,000 gold. That is significant.
And it's so glaring that this 2,000 gold lead, yes, was from Geek Fam outplaying RRQ, but also from RRQ hesitating.
Greedy. Also greedy.
Greedy, hesitating. It's weird. Sutsujin, while he was at that choke point, he was, I think, able to get like a 4-man Spear of Alpha there. But he hesitated, he waited, and it was like, he doesn't want to go with some of those resources burnt out with Rins. Now they're caught in a tough spot, man. Again, we gotta remember that RRQ kind of need the first few turtles. It's a juice in Alpha.
Yeah.
They get outscaled by the Kimmy, even the Harith. The only lane that RRQ has to play with in the later stage, I guess, is where the CC outscales the Phobias. But even then, it's both XP laners aren't really the best in late game anyways.
It's not a 1v1 for that EXP, but you mentioned it. 2 big resource was used already. So maybe perhaps that's why Alpha also is looking for a pick.
Uh-oh. In the bottom. Oh, good flicker from Gobs. Now we'll get 3. Doesn't tear. Sutsujin gonna be taken very low. Gobs is going wild. 3 members. And now Kids is in for the cleanup. Wants to jump in. Will be able to go for the Soul Sever. Taunted out by Edok. But he's gonna go for the Quella.
That's going to Rudong. Finding the best crack.
Kids is unkillable. Tyrant can't get to him up top. Kenzie.
A little
Soloed.
too aggressive. No purifying. Yeah, Toy was able to find the solo. That's big for RRQ, considering Toy will be crucial entering the mid, entering the late game. So perhaps that's their only saving grace for now. Still though, 1,500 gold lead secured by Geek Fam. Second turtle is up. Geek Fam has the momentum, but Alpha, remember, with the Spear of Alpha, can definitely turn things around.
Good take there, Rins. Uh-oh. So low as we get the fight started. He has already used the Crimson Beacon earlier. A boy wants to go for the chase again. Ida holding on to the turtle. Sutsujin. Oh, pin down! Beloyski with a set. No follow-up yet. Ida looking for the taunt again. Sutsujin still on the turtle. Making the color. Toy won't be able to get in close. Beloyski with a pin. Spear of Alpha.
That's beautiful. Still, Geek Fam, the will suffer Beloyski.
Uh-oh. Toy obliterated by the Synchro Fission. RRQ forced to run away again. This is looking like a stompy stomp. The Kingslayers are eating up the Kings of Kings. Oh, my lord, Rins.
Hey, Geek Fam, they were able to find the right angles, pressing the right button in that second turtle take. And RRQ again being in the back foot.
Oh, my lord.
Suyo, 1,500 gold lead. That's not a good sign.
No, it's not a good sign when you go Spear of Alpha and you get out-traded in the 2v1. Make it! He is Sasuke in this game, man. Unkillable, 3-0-3. I'm not talking about the guy who ran from the Leaf Village early. I'm talking about late game Sasuke, man. Like when he was Shadow Hokage and stuff.
Yeah, keep in mind as well, Makeid's level 11, Sutsujin level 8. 3-level difference.
Oh.
6 minutes in, almost 7 though. Let's see RRQ, they are just playing for Toy. That's going to be the script for RRQ.
Who's gonna get to a boy? I think, oh, Lancer Flare. Spear of Alpha flicker out, Sutsujin, no Spear of Alpha! Gobs! Jumped into the bag, making with the J, Sutsujin, gun down, a boy! Gets a Sky Piercer, RRQ are in shambles!
My, oh my, Geek Fam. Their execution on this game has been almost flawless. And Kenzie, sure, he was taken down earlier with the solo, but seems like farm-wise, not too shabby, not too behind if you compare it to Toy. So let's see, it's going to be GEEK Fam now with the mid-prio. As the inner turret bottom side has been taken down.
No, this is not going to be a win. A Purify out already. 2v1. Edok is once again in a position where he has nothing to say about the game. You put him on a Gato Gacha again. This goes against everything that we've been talking about. RRQ strengths. They basically said, nah, we don't need it in the playoffs. And they really do. Turtle, perfect for GEEK Fam. Oh, this is going to be tougher as we get into the mid game.
Jakarta International Velodrome is silent, ladies and gentlemen, knowing that, again, minute 8 RRQ behind 5,000. Let's see, 2 items for Toy. Once he gets the 3rd item, I feel like, okay, RRQ can definitely get creative, and I think they need to get that creative play ASAP. GEEK Fam, all they need to do is just stay solid, keep it tight. They should enter the late game later on with a healthy foundation.
Sigani, I don't even think so. I think 3 items still. RRQ won't be able to really do much. This is a tanky lineup again. Now that they're so far ahead, even tankier for Beloyski and Gobs. You jump around like that, Gobs is going to shoulder bash you. Gobs is going to displace you. You're going to have to use skill 2 for someone. One of the CCs, and they have overwhelming CC, as Shepard pointed out. Fraction Pulse, Immobilization Field with skill 2 of the Kimmy again, and then Make Kids with a Blade Surge, Phobias with almost everything in his kit. Last but not least, with the Badang. 1 skill 2 from 1-1, you try to fly and then you die. Beloyski up top, Traction Pulse over the Rinse! He doesn't go for the Crimson Beacon, he does in the end! But he loses a lot of HP, and RRQ can't even trade with the Alpha. Now they go on to Gob, 2-man Dark Wave! That's it.
RRQ trying to position themselves very, very carefully. Also as GEEK Fam, same. But the mid here, at least RRQ, they have cleared their wave. So as it stands, 9 minutes in, even though they're behind 6,000 gold, their mid turret still stands.
5,000 gold lead, Lord #1 spawning in the land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen. The Fallen Kings might fall even deeper. Heck, the AOG just to defend a turret that will fall anyways. GEEK Fam, they put RRQ in a position very desperate already in the 10th minute of the game.
All GEEK Fam needs to do is just stay strong, you know, don't blunder, don't overextend, and let's see here, it's okay, eventually, the mid turret falls. RRQ now trying to defend.
Oh, Gobs! Again with the Dark Wave, Beloyski with the eat. Crossbow of tank, 3 items, win cons all around, but it does not matter. The Kingslayers are on the Kingdom doors.
GEEK Fam again applying more pressure with the Lord relatively healthy in the bottom side, and it seems like it's going to be 8,000 gold lead already. RRQ, is this it for game 2?
They're not even knocking on the gates of the kingdom. They are barging in. Base turret. Taking down the boy up top, flying away already. Edok, chunk to half.
Oh my god, oh my god. Lord touches the bottom side of the turret. RRQ now, they can hit the reset button. But GEEK Fam, they are satisfied already. Almost 10k gold lead and mid-turret cracked. All they need to do now is just keep, again, just don't blunder, don't overextend, especially for Beloy and as well as Gobs, their frontliners. But Kenziski, I'm sure his farm is already great. Heading towards the late game, Harith, full item. That's a nasty, nasty Harith.
The Phobias this season for Gobs has been tremendous. Yeah, this is his favorite pick in the regular season. He does really well on it, and you finally get to see it here in the playoffs because for some reason, we haven't seen it. Real-time victory rate, the opposite of the audience prediction. Samsung Galaxy S25 series brings you this 77 to 23% of RRQ. I'd go as far as to say that it's more 85 to 90%. Looking at, again, RRQ's composition that needs to win early. This is a Geek Fam outscaling composition already. That's winning in the early game. Now a pin down onto E-Dog and AOG defensively. Gob has Flicker in 2.
Until the jungles of RRQ. Keep in mind, Miracle, yesterday it was RRQ and Onyx 85-15, the AI prediction.
Yep.
And it was 15. Onyx finds the comeback. So, perhaps will it be the same story here for RRQ? Will they find the angle for a comeback?
Are you talking about the Tigreal E-Dog? Is that the game?
That was that was Onyx defending. The 15%.
Oh, traction pulse up, boy! What? Curtain call on him, Flicker out again, no damage, Dr. Flicker coming down as well in the back line! Geek Fam crumbling! 15% is all RRQ needs, Geek Fam! What was that? Tyrant caught by the Dark Wave, now they go all in, taunt from E-Dog!
That's going to be RRQ collapsing onto its Gobs. 3 members of Geek Fam down.
Oh, no. A boy and Kenziski with a massive blunder. RRQ are back alive. Their hopes grow by the second. That win rate probability is going down slowly but surely for Geek Fam and is rising toward the kingdom.
Can we smell remontada in Game 2? They were behind, what, almost 10K? They have cut it down to half. Sure, Pariah, it's still Geek Fam, but that was a warning sign. Geek Fam cannot do the same.
Rins! Oh no! Back to back, it was a boy, and it almost seemed like it was destined to happen to Rins.
Hey, yesterday Rins did the same with the Selena against Onyx. Being in the mid, overextending, got punished. And it seems like that habit, right? That staying in the mid habit needs, again, it's just cutting all the momentum that RQ is trying to look for.
And just like that, the chance of a comeback grows slimmer. It grew because of a boy, now it gets slimmer because of Rins. And it's the opposite teams, ladies and gentlemen. 5,000 goldies still for Geek Fam. And again, if we go back to the drawing board for Geek Fam, for RRQ, it's still RRQ at a disadvantage. They've lost the mid lane base turret. They're a composition, and again, plays more early to mid. They'll... Oh, traction pulse, Rins. Not again, right? Okay, he gets away this time, but yeah, RRQ are going to get outscaled.
Oh, no. Spotted.
E-Dog with a taunt, Dom to cancel already. Dark Wave to cancel it out one more time. E-Dog playing in a position where it's more Tigreal than Gatdot, you know?
Geek Fam does not give the time for E-Dog to hit that AOG. Oh my goodness, the chain CC was tremendous.
No,
it was too much.
Realistically, Gani, what would the Gatdot do with a flank? Like, that's a Tigreal move.
Yeah, it's tough. 5v4 now. 10 seconds though for E-Dog.
Without E-Dog, I don't know, Sunsujin with the Spear of Alpha. Oh, whoa, Winter Crowd. Crossbow time popped in, able to keep the Flicker out. Oh boy, gonna be locked. Oh no, Toy in the back, Gobs.
That is Gobs doing work.
Winter Crown from Gobs, tanking the turret again. Now, turn not tanked properly. A boy falls. Somehow now mid lane, make it. Blunder over blunder, RRQ. Deep. Slowly, Kenziski with the man force already. Jumping back and forth over to Sunsujin. Spear of Alpha, but Kenzi's still free.
He is dancing in the dance floor. He finds a double, but couldn't find the connection for that third kill. Tyrant shutting him down.
So slow from Geek Fam, and then it turns out it was just the calm before the storm. They decided to dive in all the way without getting the base turret. And it costed them. RRQ again have another chance at coming back in this game. Geek Fam gotta be careful. They did this against Onyx. Kyrie got a Maniac and it was over.
My goodness, my goodness. Now RRQ, they suddenly have Pariah. Is this a big gamble though?
Traction pulse, immobilization, a dive into the bag as the boy is able to reposition, but God's gonna be engaged on crossbow tag. We'll be ready, make it!
That's going to be make it, connecting on towards the Lord, but that's gonna be Toy actually surviving Sunsujin.
Uh-oh, blunder, AOG, make his lockdown, you get the Lord, but Toy gets the shutdown. Sunsujin able to survive, 3 members down, only Kenzie and Beloy left to deal with RRQ.
The Lord is going to be irrelevant as RRQ. They have committed 4 bodies in the mid. And yeah, the push will not come to fruition. 10 seconds on Gobs. RRQ looking to get what they can.
They can get the tier 2, I think, maximum. Maybe a base turret maximum actually now.
Yeah.
But GEEK fam have proper avenues to keep this game alive. Kenzie's got to be careful though. Base turret in the mid lane falling, a wave in the bottom lane for GEEK fam to play with. They played slow, but RRQ have dealt with everything. Now it's more of an even game. It's down to even. It's just an outscale. It's just, again, those little mistakes that can turn the game around one more time.
Boys, gotta remind you guys, back at home, this is just game 2 and we are 18 minutes in. Luckily for RRQ, the Lord will spawn in the bottom side of the map because far lane, they still have a turret. Let's see, RRQ, can they complete the comeback from a 9,000 gold lead?
You would really be thinking that RRQ would be in the position where GEEK fam was, and then GEEK fam would be the ones to pull off a comeback. As you know, we got to 16, 15 minutes, but it's the opposite. It's GEEK fam with the early game, RRQ with the late game. Despite the very contradicting compositions. Let's take a look at the items here. Full items for Toy, he's gone. Berserker's Fury, Rose Gold Meteor. Everybody's at full at this point. Really comes down to how they position, how they're able to play the far lane, and how they'll eventually item swap for the outplays.
All right, all right, all right. It's going to be RRQ now. Just holding on. They have the gold lead. Some say at this point, gold lead does not matter.
Irrelevant.
Winner crowns, though, will be one of the key factors here, especially if you're a GEEK fam. Considering you're going up against a 1-1 who is fed already. So, seems like a boy does not care. He went for the penetration item. Let's see, with this Divine Glaive, can he do damage? Oh, that's a concealed play.
And it's onto a boy who has to be careful, will be able to just get out. Beloyski copy the current call already. Traction pulls over the Tyrant. Beloyski tried to go over the pin. Lantern Flare zones him back. 17 seconds for the Evolved Lord. Conceal. Beloyski jumps in to Jin, all in over the back, Rins with a Crimson Beacon.
BBB, and that's going to be the collapse by both teams.
Toy now coming into the entrance of Jin Mortality getting top. No, he gets away. Beloyski now caught in the top spot. AOG
locking a boy down, and that's going to be Jakarta International Velodrome roaring.
Silence to the loudness that we would expect from an RRQ game. Blade Surge, a taunt landed. Makin's the only hope of a steal goes down. RRQ don't go for the Lord. They will try to go for the end right here, right now.
They have Harith. Can Kenzie pull a defense?
No Purify.
Shaman Force is online though, is active.
Gobs needs to do some crazy stuff. Kenzie jumping back and forth. No Purify all the way to the back again, but the mini waves will not be utilized. Gobs can deal with it. That was a mistake. Gobs jumps in all the way onto 5. Crossbow attack to win a crown, and he saved the game.
He got the clear. Toy RRQ, they wipe GEEK fam out, but they don't have minions. A boy, Beloy is up.
Uh-oh. Let's see, a boy with a traction pulse, initiation in the back. Beloyski with a fist crack already. RRQ go straight for the base, and somehow the Kingdom equalizes. They stabilize in a best of 7. The Kingslayers pushed back.
Get a point off of each other's back, and now it's up to Gun and Mirko to walk us through. So casters, take it away.
Thank you so much, panel. We're gonna dive straight into the Land of Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, for our 3rd game of this series. Remember, this usually is a battle for match point, but we have a whole best of 7 to deal with here. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Land of Dawn for game number 3.
5 seconds.
Let's see which team. Will it be GEEK fam or will it be RRQ that takes the advantage?
Juicin and Terizla are pretty good.
Yeah.
I think those picks really seal the deal for me in terms of how I am comfortable with GEEK fam's draft. I like RRQ's draft even more though. Masha, Chip, we're starting to finally see a bit more of the Kezkir we know. Took a bit of warming up from them. Could have been a GEEK fam 2-0 had a boy not done those 2 back-to-back plays, but Here we are, a boy on a signature pick on the Juicin. Finally, he's able to pick it up. It's not Rins who snatches it away from him.
Yeah, it's like throwing a 10,000 gold lead in a lower bracket finals. Must have hit hard for a boy. But let's see here the reset from them.
Oh man, Beloyski doing a lot of damage already over to Edok. Wants to go for the chase here. Emblems, nothing too crazy, honestly. Everything seems quite normal. Sutajin has gone for the tank emblem. Edok now the crash course. Beloyski forced to flicker out. Doesn't want to give a first blood over to RRQ. Oh, good save by Kenzie. Synchro vision to secure the gold crab.
Great awareness there. Sure, Beloyski, yeah, burnt his flicker, but at least RRQ do not have an advantage, a real advantage going on to the first turtle. But it's going to be Makeits though. Almost level 5. Susujin is slightly behind the XP-wise.
That's the advantage of having the Suyo when you're up against the Brethren. You clear so much faster, and Sutajin has gone for the Impure Rage instead of the Concussive Blast, which means that his clear speed will be affected negatively. It's going to be a disadvantage even more so than it is, or... Oh, wait. He's not going to go for the turtle. He's actually going to read the fact that Suyo might be on the orange buff. A take from Makeits to the rectory, and he finds it. Immobilization though. Makeits, gun down, soul sever. Can he run? Edok comes in, first blood to RRQ.
Great read from the Kings of Kings. They identify that, hey, Makeits is not on the map. So perhaps there's a chance that they are, or he is, on the orange. Still though, Makeits claimed the orange. Let's see. Gold, it's gone. It has gone either way. So it's still a 50-50. Turtle, still practically untouched.
And this is actually a tough lane, quite underrated, the carry versus the Harith. It's a skill matchup in the end, but I've heard even from Kelra that carry is a good pick into the Harith. You're able to dodge away from the synchro fissions, and if you get as many hits as we would like here for Toy to get, then yeah, he actually wins out of the all-ins. Makeits gets the turtle, despite the late start to it. Good purify out from Rins. Nothing too crazy happening in the early game. RRQ just stabilizing, waiting for their carries. Literally a carry and the Kimmy. Technically even the Masha to get to the item power spikes. And for GEEK fam, it definitely is more of a... Yeah, that's just going to be a crash course. Definitely no further initiations.
And both teams just again, just touching and going, perhaps triggering spells here and there. 4 minutes in, just a kill. Very, very different if you compare it to our second game, where it was quite action-packed. 2K gold lead, remember? 3 minutes for side of GEEK fam, and this time around it's just 500 gold between them. So we get to see a different approach here, not just by one team, but both.
This is very GEEK fam-like the slow playstyle, macro builds. RRQ, usually they're the ones that control the first few neutral objectives, so might be a point of comfort that we might have to bring up very, very soon. Azure Blade done for the Harith, so you can expect him to maybe join in some more team fights if they get it going. Kenzie, no Purify, lockdown, good flicker out from the taunt of Sutsujin.
That was the first threat in this game towards Kenzie.
Yep.
Calmly done. Flicker out. Ooh, cheeky position here. 30 seconds on towards the next neutral objective, and I don't think that GEEK fam is aware of the whereabouts of this ship unless BBB shares an opinion.
Beloyski has said, I think in the past season, that Edok reminds him of a younger version of himself, right? So, yeah, he might be able to try to read Edok here. Sutsujin in the bush, a boy spots him, a taunt over. Now second skill should be, no.
Uh-oh.
Just poke.
Uh-oh, Makeits.
Should be good, good check. Finds Edok. Really good macro awareness from Makeits here. Edok is kind of in a tough spot already. Orange buff being taken slowly but surely. Sutsujin trying to go on the turtle, but boy, Beloyski and Gobs are in position.
Great read again. It seems like GEEK fam, they're aware that, hey, it's been a hot minute that we haven't seen a Beloy or Edok on the map, and it seems like a great sniff. The GEEK fam second turtle, very free, like the first one.
And I think this is another underrated aspect of the Suyo's game. Hold up, Sutsujin going into the bottom lane. They know that Edok was last seen top side. They want to get a turret, but Tyron and Sutsujin. Oh, crash course shortcut finally. Big play into the top lane. Kenzie, good night to the Harith. You're not running. Oh, Rinse. Careful there. Tsunami slam over to the Masha. Thunderclaps ready. Should just be a turret traded here. Good flicker route from Dyron.
Not enough damage just yet here. Apparently, comes out of GEEK fam, right? It's evident Kenzie should be able to read that one out. But that's going to be the inner turret. Quite low. Oh boy.
Slow. Again, for RRQ, they want to utilize this macro control. To go back to the point that I was making, Suyo is an underrated part of Suyo's game is the fact that you technically have two flickers.
Yeah.
That's why it's a very good pick when you're up against the chip. Whenever the chip wants to crash course on you, you can just blink, you can dash, and it's very hard to catch a Suyo. As long as you time it properly, obviously, you can't just be using the skill 1 in enemy jungle. Tsunami slam over, Sutsujin gets a 3-man taunt, no purify in the back, but Gobs is able to find a penalty zone.
That's going to be GEEK fam though, finding a collapse.
Okay, with, oh, Maykid's one last snipe or one last slash of the sword. That would die from Maloyski. Gobs with the hammer. It's a win. A big one for the Kingslayers. Dyron will get a bit of compensation with a turret in the mid lane.
It looked good for RRQ for a second with Sutsujin taunting 3 members, but the recovery, man. Kenzie, great contribution there, played a huge part. And now GEEK fam, suddenly they're up 3,500 gold lead while the turtle is up. RRQ, 0 chance to at least contest.
Give me the item builds, Connie. Why would RRQ take that fight? I don't think they've hit no. So far away from it. Toy, second item has just been built up. That's quite far away from the 3-item power spikes that you would want to wait for before you go for a fight like that. Dyron as well. I think he's just probably has the heptases and that's it, right? Rins, especially mid lane, you know, he hasn't been getting a lot of resources. Now a trade, tier 2 for tier 2. GEEK fam sticking together, and again, Maykid's walking in. Usually, as a jungler, you'd be careful, but Loy's going to be engaged on the crash course and the shortcut. Kenzie's able to quick around the safety. Tsunami slam, knocking him down. Kenzie still hiding Gobs in the midst of it all.
That's going to be Fredrin, though, taking down Edok. Isolated. 2 for 1 again. Kenzie claiming the gold. Oh my goodness, RRQ, they got to hit the reset button.
Uh-oh, thunderclap! A few big smacks from the Masha. And it is a killing spree for Dyron. GEEK fam, Kenzie's gotta be a bit more aware. You're very vulnerable, even with the Zaman Force against the Masha. You deal damage to her, you give her a free reset.
That was definitely on the awareness there. Kenzie, a little bit autopilot after that double. And yeah, great compensation at least, right? Dyron got that kill. Again, just decreasing the momentum from GEEK fam. And still though, 40 seconds on the next neutral objective. Seems like RRQ, they got to be wiser here when choosing fights. Okay, so it's a glass cannon build for Dyron.
So yeah, they decided to take that fight with Toy not even having second item and BOD not done yet by Dyron. The fight up top. Now that they have these items, Maloyski looking for the Tsunami Slam, walks up forward, gets a Tsunami Slam now for the follow-up too. Will it be enough? Zaman Force over. Yeah, Dyron, assassinated with the Katon of Maykid's.
That's going to be the glass cannon build for you. Sure, almost finds an angle there for an escape, but GEEK fam was able to, was quick to respond, and Dyron with BOD with heptases.
Whoa.
Very low on that AHP. Very easy to shred down. Bottom side though, will still be 2 members in the bottom side. So GEEK fam, I'm sure they're aware of this, right? With Kimmy showing, can they blitz this?
I think the better answer is they have to. He's up in the back with the crash course and the short thunder clap of the crash course, biting in the back line as Rinz is able to count away. Gobs goes into the penalty zone on the Toy, but he shreds him down. Dyron.
Great purify by Toy Dyron. Very low, taken down again. But will that play be enough for RRQ to perhaps find a counterplay?
2 for 1. Sutsujin looking for the taunt. A boy with the Crimson Beacon off angle. Lantern Flare on him. Sutsujin trying to hold on. 4 levels down though. Makins has an advantage. Jumps in with the taunt. Now Rins with the immobilization. Beloisi coming in as well. But a boy flickers out. The same thing. Crash course on the shotgun. One more time.
GEEK fam, they are struggling to find an angle in RRQ. They are showing who's boss in the river. They have found 2 extra kills, and that's going to be the Lord for the Kings of Kings.
Oh man, again and again, GEEK fam in these clutch moments crumble to the coordination of the Kings. RRQ, they're really building towards, again, the regular season testudo that we know them for. Coordination, playing the front to back, playing for your, technically, archers behind Rins and Toy. As long as you keep those 2 alive, you will have a good time. Technically, they even have a crazy damage dealer in Dyron. Kenzie might need to go for a defensive item here. Like, usually would go Divine Glaive, but you might need a Winter Crown. I'm not even joking. You don't have Purify, so the moment Clash Course lands and Sutsujin goes in for the taunt, you might have to just win a crown. If not, you're gonna go bye-bye. Oh, Shreds and Ami Slam in desperation! Toy gets the Shred. And RRQ will continue the siege. No Beloisky.
The DPS doing work. Trinity also inside of Toy's hands. Now it's going to be GEEK fam defending with 4.
That's a 4v5. Could be a 4v6 if you count the portal as a hero. They are able to defend. All the base turrets, tier 2 though, unfortunately will be falling in the bottom lane, and now becomes RRQ's game. With the chip, you have so much more ways to utilize the tempo on the map, and they have all of that, all the tempo. What GEEK fam had in game 2, RRQ have it, but the difference is they have a chip. They have something that can capitalize on it by like 4, 5 times.
Definitely the X factor here for that chip. Mirok, oh my goodness, different. It's Audio's prediction though this time around will be the Kings of Kings. And yeah, Mirok, only thing that he needs to do is finding the right angle for that shortcut, right? If that shortcut isn't optimal, perhaps GEEK fam has a counterplay. Let's see though, GEEK fam definitely will be the passive team in the coming minutes. The more reactive, where first 5 minutes seems like 6. It was them on the driver's seat.
This is gonna get real tough for GEEK fam, knowing that again, technically with this composition, either you get Winter Crowns, you're able to delay for some of the big ultimate resources to be depleted by RRQ, and then you come back in the fight, or you initiate first. You go in before RRQ expected, and then you are maybe able to break that formation, that testudo that RRQ wants to play with.
That's even a gamble though, right?
Yeah.
If they do that, still are a big risk. Okay, oh, nasty build there. Sea Halberd for that Dyron. Yeah, the shielding for Harith, neutralized.
Good take. Not completely though. It is a bit of a problem now. There's also a glowing one there. 2,000 gold lead in the mid lane. Oh, whoa! Edok takes in the checkpoint. Shortcut gets placed down, but Edok will fall. Oh, Edok gets the leg. Kenzie pays the price.
Edok takes it in the chin, and he survives. 3K gold lead RRQ now. They have Prio on the Lord. A GEEK fam, great initiation, but a better recovery.
Instant follow-up from RRQ is what saved them. For GEEK fam, it was not instant. Yes, the Tsunami Slam was. Kenzie was there, but the rest of the team were scattered around, just trying to deal with minions. So yeah, RRQ, the instant recovery. Let's take a look at the replay again. He takes the checkpoint. That was kind of a gamble, knowing that there's no one on the map here. This is why I don't like the utility mid laners, man. You don't deal any damage, especially in a later stage when you're up against this kind of composition. But you're saying you pick someone up, you die.
I think that is where, sure, Harith has burst. But apart from that, that's the only burst component you have on side of GEEK fam, and that is lacking. That is evident that they're lacking in that department. Lord marching, that's a 3-lane push from RRQ.
Oh, look at the poke over to Gobs. Sunsujin gets a massive taunt in the back. Fire in the back, and the bottom lane as well, but Gobs taken down before he can utilize anything in his kid. Beloisky disintegrated by Toy.
Jakarta International starting to feel the heat. They want more.
Thunderclap by Tyrant again. Makins fallen. Just a boy left to defend. What can a boy do up against 5 members with a Lord? RRQ lead the series in a best of 7, 2-1.
The turnaround, RRQ showing up in game 3.
Wait.
Hey, it lost once, they tried it once. What if it doesn't the second time? What if they win the second time, right? This is gonna be a statement victory for RRQ. Match point on the line as well for the Kingdom. And ladies and gentlemen, the Jakarta International Velodrome, the Kingdom here, definitely ready for a match point secure for RRQ. Are you guys ready? Welcome to the Land of Dawn for game number 4.
Let's witness and see, because, hey, not just the kingdoms, the communities, man.
Oh, whoa.
Let's not forget about the communities who is waiting for an equalizer in this game. I feel like, draft-wise, I'm leaning towards the side of the Geeks.
I agree with you. I think this is and should be more of a Geek Fam game, not just because I have an agenda against the Yusun Shin, or I'm sorry, but also just because this is more of a Geek's comfort. Playing around with Kenziski on a comfort pick here, on a winning lane as well. You have the Fredgen from May Kids that they've really been trying to work out all the way from day number 1, or sorry, day number 2 when they played their first match. Always the Fredgen against Onyx.
Okay. A couple of, I guess, looking from the thrill there already.
Yep.
So that's going to add and allow RRQ to perhaps give more damage. Sujin already posing a threat on towards the first blood there. Seems like Sujin, technically RRQ, they are doubling down with this Yisun Shin pick. Hopefully it comes through this time around.
Oh, good stun. A boy to be caught again. Oh, gets the shielding. Really saving him there. Could have been real bad, but will still be able to hold on. What? Stays a bit too long. Gets arrowed down by Sutsujin. First blood to RRQ.
Patient, right? Sujin stayed in that bush for quite some time. Sometimes, if you're patient, it pays off, and that was first blood for the Yisun Shin.
Man, staying. Boy's been making some real crucial mistakes here, and it's led to RRQ, winning game 2, equalizing. Gobs up top again, able to get level 4 first, but now rotation over. Beloyski with the pin down. Zedok's trying to do the same for their airstrike coming down as well. It's a boy who gets redemption with a turtle tape. Beloyski in the back, and now Sutsujin mounted.
That's going to beat Edok though. Trying to apply pressure on towards a boy. A boy might die the second time.
Oh. Rins, flicker from Rins, double, making a triple kill for Redemption himself. Tyrant now in front of pursuit. Gob spread, trying to run away. 3 members on him though. 5-0 start to the Kingdom.
RRQ. Again, it's not an early game composition, but they are pressing the right buttons here. Mirko and Geek Fam, they're allowing it.
It's so weird here. For Geek Fam to be so scattered earlier. A boy obviously not level 4, and that kill gave Sutsujin a lot more tempo to play with that they utilized. And now this is a big problem for Geek Fam. We were talking about the Yisun Shin, how it's more of a cheese pick, but I think in this game in particular, it's actually not bad against the Fredgen now that I think about it, because the Fredgen clears so slow. That's why Makins has opted to go for the concussive blast. Good steal from Sutsujin again, denying even more farm. He's already a level ahead. He's about to be 2 levels ahead. And it's going to be real tough because Geek Fam, a boy just, it doesn't look like he's feeling it. Another feather airstrike, this time no flicker from Rin, so he gets away.
Again, not a great start, specifically as well from a boy. 0-2. Let's see though, will he be able to find the impact after later on? Because technically Kenzie mid-game, right? 3, say maybe 2.5 items can provide the impact. A boy divergent play. Geek Fam can definitely play around later on. Hopefully though, they can withstand the pressure here, because RQ, remember, 4 minutes already, 2,000 gold lead. That's a lot.
For RQ, the scaling is great. Harith, Farsa, into the mid-game. The Yisun Shin will get a massive power spike. Diversion. Beloyski looking for the pin, now goes in. That's a Purify out. Interesting choice from Geek Fam. It's almost like they didn't know Toy has Purify.
Okay, at least they now know. It's gonna be a free turtle, RRQ. They're going for a fight.
Oh, bad position again from a boy. Now the glorious pathway gives Edok the movement speed, chasing Tyron. Flickering forward, good disengage there, but a boy will fall. No flicker. One last Infernal Pursuit. Tyron dunks on him. 3,000 gold lead for Rex Regum Kaon.
6 kills in total, and half of them are on a boy. RRQ, they really know how to punish a boy this time around, and seems like without Geek Fam's anchor as well, apart from that mid trio, right? They're struggling. They're struggling to fight back.
What's with the boy? 0-3 and 0. This is confidence at an all-time low from him. Again, yes, a blunder in game number 2, but after that, really just constant back-to-back-to-back games, blunders across the board, and now he's 0-3 and 0. Another big blow to a boy. And his confidence, Geek Fam will have to look elsewhere. How do they boost this guy's confidence in a series that, again, for match point RRQ, they're down 3,000 gold. Edok, Glorious Pathway, make it to the engage off with their airstrike as well coming down, and it will be the Dark Way, the lockdown all the way with a pursuit under the turret.
Nasty stuff from RRQ, and it seems like they will apply more pressure. A boy again out of position. This time around though will not be punished, but Geek Fam again, RRQ is already in the jungles of Geek Fam.
Oh, turret mid will fall. No Lo Yi to help and clear it all. RRQ getting everything they want in the early game. 4,000 gold lead, 7-0. Hey, we expected a closer series. We got what we wished for in game 1 and 2. 3 and 4 though have just been all RRQ.
RRQ, still gotta be careful. Oh, risky. Overextension.
Feathered airstrike, an easy catch for RRQ. As again, they just build towards this Testudo, playing front to back with their frontliners doing, that's a diversion, but I think RRQ aren't, I don't think that would catch anyone.
Red team has slain the turtle.
Great positioning as well, right, from side of RRQ.
Oh, yeah.
And again, no purple. Level, almost level 12 here, minute number 7 for Sutsujin. Practically now level 7, level, oh man.
Yeah. 3-level lead for Sutsujin, something we already mentioned earlier. This could be like crazy snowball for Sutsujin, and it has been an amazing game for him. Against the Fredrin, once again, ladies and gentlemen, concussive blast. Yes, he's trying to make up for that clear speed deficit, but it is not enough, especially considering they lost 2 turtles. With a Fred, you would want to control everything. You would want to win early game, and their composition was built for that, but all of them fell under. Beloyski forced the flicker, feathered airstrike. Now the conceal even burned out. Tyron is walking towards them. Sutsujin walks a bit too aggressively. Oh, what? Crossbow tang, another trade in the board as a boy.
Again,
I don't know about
overextension.
that.
Glorious Pathway, that's gonna be a boy though, flickering out. Oh my goodness. RRQ, they were able to close the gap on a boy, but that is still a big shutdown. 2 for 1.
I'm quite speechless, Donnie. This is not the boy that we know. These decisions from him are, like, even in his rookie days, he wouldn't do this. I'm so confused.
Yeah, again,
Boy?
Geek Fam, still a hill to climb. Glorious Pathway dropped.
And the airstrike with the fist crack now. Beloyski just trying to survive a toy. Buy one, get one special. It might be a buy one, get 2 special. A boy comes in with Makins too. Gob's able to go for the mount now as Makins goes over the taunt onto the back line. A boy, look at the crossbow tang!
On towards Edok, but the damage from RRQ. They know that they are strong.
Big shutdown with a big bonk on the Appraiser's Wrath. But with Kenzie and Makins down, the shutdown, I don't think it's worth it here. It's still value for the kingdom. Tyron gets a winter crown, and that is kind of a shut-in of the window that was slightly open for Geek Fam to utilize the crossbow attack to turn the tides of a team fight. But right now with the winter crown, it's going to be deadlier for RRQ. Oh my lord, that's a lot of damage. Reset on the lord at least. So maybe another chance. No, Fredrin's too far. Sutsujin securing the neutral objective.
RRQ, very comfortable lead here mid-game. 7.5. 3 items, Malefic Gun. Do they have a chance for the side of GEEK Fam? Yes. But if RRQ keeps it tight, if RRQ now is, I believe, will start to buy the winner crowns, it's going to get tougher for GEEK Fam.
Make it securing the purple buff. What do they need to do at this point, right? This is an early game composition, kind of a snowball one. A boy will get more damage. Kenzie will too, but the main thing about the 1-1, ladies and gentlemen, is once you get winner crown, win of nature, if I don't even know if you want to go win of nature here. No, probably not. No one. So, winner crown immortality. You're done, right? The crossbow attack. Oh, feathered airstrike too to deal with the 1-1. And now the stun over to a boy! Under the turret, 0, 5, and 0. The mercenary.
Oh, the angle was tight, but Sutsujin makes it
Blue team
work.
turret has been
A boy
destroyed.
0 and 5.
Yeah.
10,000 goal lead. RRQ, they are looking to clean this game out.
Demand force over, and there's actually for the Kono. Siege, First Lord, and it's a base turret for RRQ. Hoshi Beloisky is looking for the BBB play. But even if he gets it, there are Purifies, there are tanky members, there's a Winter Crown on Dyron, and their mid laner does no damage right now. I wonder what item a boy is on. He is two levels down as a mid laner. And this is not utility, folks, this is a damage dealing mid laner.
What is this game, right? I mean,
Wow.
I personally rate a boy over Rins, but in this game, wow, I'm speechless. The trio mid for RRQ has been doing work.
Maybe there's a reason we've been seeing a boy more on the utility picks over the carries. Beloisky with the flank, goes in over the toy! Purify out, now and all in, a desperate move. Sutsujin, 2 members down, a boy in the back line trying to make a big play, but against Tyron!
A boy goes down. RRQ, they apply more pressure. Beloisky will be able to escape, but that's going to be base turret number 3 going down almost. RRQ, they will move on towards the jungles.
I sound like a broken record, but it has to be pointed out. 0, 6, and 0 on the Loyi. This Loyi has been very underwhelming for GEEK Fam, and now for RRQ, 11,000 gold lead with a composition that loves the snowball. GEEK Fam, they have a Hail Mary at this point. Divergent, Find Harriet, and Rinse. No Purify for a few seconds. That's an opening that they need to capitalize on. If they don't, it's over.
It is. Mountain Shocker popped though by Sutsujin, so that's already info that GEEK Fam, they will contest.
Oh,
Larsa,
all in over to the back. A boy will die for the 7th time this game in the back line. Rinse gets the kill before balling a gob. Beloisky left alone. A triple for the mercenary.
oh, the double down work for RRQ this time around. The Yisun Shin will be the MVP surely.
The Fallen Kings rising back up. 3-1, a match point for the Kingdom as they make their way on an uphill battle. One step closer, a game away from the fated matchup against the team that set them down. The Sky Kings await up top, but there's still one whole game left. GEEK Fam, it's back to the drawing boards. It might be back to the scouting team as well, because, or the mental team. What has happened to a boy?
My goodness, 0-7?
0-7 and Yisun Shin to seal the deal. 4-1 is the deal at hand right now for the Kingdom. Ladies and gentlemen, perhaps the final game of the series. Will the Kingslayers prolong this best of 7, or will we see their fate sealed here by RRQ? Welcome to the Land of Dawn for game number 5.
Let's watch and witness. RRQ, they may take the MSC slots. They may take the grand finals of season 15 right here, right now. Let's see how GEEK Fam will handle this game with Beloisky. Oh, going for comforts.
Yep.
Like regular season-wise, Loiski is back.
but it's the way they played with the Choloiski, right? It wasn't just a random Cho. It feels like a random Cho for GEEK Fam, and you can already see him getting, I was going to say killed. Good flicker out from Beloy, but it's still reactive here. The Cho in the regular season, Gani, it was paired up with the Moskov. It was paired up with even Claude, you know, something that can split in the side and you will just screen across the map. You have a Harith now, so you're much more of a team-fighting Cho. And that doesn't fit Choloiski. Like, he's not known for mechanics. He's known for screening, macro. Oh, he's going to have like a really good mechanical game on the Cho.
I mean, Force is a juicy target, right? And he is confident in popping the and using the flicker. He is confident that, yeah, there will be Dyron, there will be Doc that will cover me. Let's see if Cho or Beloyski finds that tight angle to provide the impact.
Oh man, Quad Shadow already used up. Oh, kids, gotta respect that. The thing about the Cho as well, yes, you can go onto Rins, but I think most of the times you want to go onto the enemy jungle. Yisun Shin has CC immunity with his first skill, and that actually helps a lot when you're up against the Cho here. Beloyski going in, he doesn't have the flicker, remember, so he's gonna have to wait. Oh, walk the whole way, taking 2 turret shots. RRQ steady in control, Rins and Tyron at 4. Oh boy, no mana already.
Do they have setup though? That's gonna be the question. RRQ into Turtle Pit.
That's gonna be the GEEK who over got the one who secures the turtle. Sunsujin gonna be taken very low, still has a sub for the airstrike into the back. Sunsujin still able to claim first blood, but a boy falls next as he gets the trade in.
I think it's equal, 2 for 1, but GEEK, they got the turtle. But again, RRQ, they have mobility with Rins, with Edoc. It's going to be tough for GEEK Fam to react towards the rotations perhaps. So, right? Sure, they have a Cho, but yeah, with the wings by wings, the Rins can definitely move around the map. Oh, make it.
Rins still has flicker, but the GEEK helps make kids get the shadow kill, and Rins wasn't able to pop the flicker just in time to get away from the shadow kill. Good trades for GEEK Fam. Beloyski now trying to help Kenziski clear this wave, knowing that the Swan One will have a better time in lane. Now Zaman Force over as well. Into the turret they go. Really wanting to get a few more shots at him.
Gotta be careful though. Don't get too greedy from the side of GEEK Fam, but as long as Makeit connects his Quad Shadow onto his right target, like that earlier skirmish, all good for GEEK Fam. Because then, RRQ will have to deal with that Quad Shadow, right? So let's see here. Makeit's
go. GEEK away the Dragon Lantern Flare, pure CC. But unfortunately, Beloyski is the one who gets the kill. It's a win though still for GEEK Fam. How do they capitalize? It doesn't seem like they can. It'll just be a pick. That's it.
It's a back-to-back kill on towards Rins this time around. A different story. It came, the previous game, it was a boy who saw the dark screen most of the time. Oh, Kenzie, very low.
Oh, Zaman Force onto the other side. That's a back. Oh, hold up. Sutsujin gonna be knocked up now. Lantern Flare throwing him back. Govs rotating already. Doesn't have the flicker. Diamond coming in as well as a boy gets caught in the tough spot. Now his Toy goes in over to the back. Crossbow attack ready.
A boy goes down. It's Beloyski now very low as RRQ. They have answered back.
Makeit's Quad Shadow and the Shadow kill coming down as well. Still though, it's Edoc who takes the beating. Kenzie wants the kill, but is it even worth it to go for Edoc? Oh! Zaman Force and Edoc will fall. Kenzie looking for the outplay again, jumps onto Rins. This will be Kenzie getting a double, but he is mounted on. He will try his best to go under the turret, and he will be able to do so, surviving.
Calm collected by the young blood Kenzie, but Tyron, their experience comes in and finds the kill.
Way of the Dragon ready. Lantern Flare to knock him up. The Way of the Dragon can be used here, but they decide not to. They know that it's a free kill anyways. Makeit's taking a while. Spread. He might be able to get a second mount on. No, gets it in the end, and there will be no capitalization. Just RRQ with a turtle. This is the thing. They always have avenues on the other side of the map. They're always trading. And when it looks like GEEK Fam find a good trade, RRQ comes in and says, no, I got a turtle. I got a turret. I got something on the other side of the map.
Very great macro indeed from side of RRQ here. First 5 minutes. It's just 1,000 gold though between them. So counterplay should come. For now, okay, Makeit's already sent towards the far lane, right? You can see GEEK Fam already moving as a unit, 4 members. Let's see how RRQ does this. 3 times taken down though. Rin's got to be more careful later on.
Beloyski rotating up top. Rins needs to be good on that flicker. Good Shunpu out of point, a mid lane. Stunned up despite the Crimson Beacon and the flicker out too. Bravesman coming down with the Lantern Flare, but Edok is still going to be marching in forward. Tyrant slam, putting him down again. Gobbs mounted on.
Toy jumps in, looking for the crossbow attack. Gobbs isolated.
Gobbs taken down. Rins picks up the kill. Beloyski opening it up again, but pay attention to Sutsujin, ladies and gentlemen. Whenever these fights are happening, he's just farming. And that's why he's been able to, get a level lead, I was about to say. Stun ready for Sutsujin, no quad shadow. Odds are good for him. Oh, good quad shadow back there. Luckily for Maykids, there was no one to follow up, no one waiting on that shadow.
Yeah, I mean, Sutsujin seems like he does not care. Yesterday there was a 1v1 against Sans, and Sans got the better of him. It's gonna be RRQ though, still controlling the turtle area. I wonder, can Maykids find a steal?
Toy. Looking for the play feather, airstrike, baiting up Crimson Beacon! Beloyski, GEEK, Kundo on the way to Dragon into the quad shadow, Maykids! Getting the killing spree!
Crossbow attack! Finds the connection and will claim the double.
Oh, Maykids stranded without the quad shadow! Now it's Kenzie on him, but Toy will continue the chase. Gobbs gets a big play! A maniac for Toy! He's looking for the savage, and he will find it!
Jakarta International Velo Tournament erupts as in the lower bracket finals, Toy claims the savage.
In the past, RRQ has relied on one man alone to carry them. Here, Toy is displaying, I would say, that level of play, but also the rest of the team plays it just as well. The enabling of Toy, what a great play this was. The crossbow attack and also just the coordination of the rest of the team to let the crossbow attack fly. I cannot stress to you, Gani, how annoying it is as a 1-1 player to play with my team who's already winning in the team fight, for me to get the crossbow attack, but for me to not be able to pop it because my team wants to kill the guy. Now Maykids, shadow kill, desperate, under 4 members, a legendary Toy on 1-1.
We're 8 minutes in, it's already 8 kills for Toy. This is not the land of dawn at this point. This is Toy's playground.
When the kingdom was shaky, Toy was the only one stable. Now, in the bush, Sutsujin, and a 1v1 up against Kenziski. Now it is going to be a solo kill from the mercenary. Beloyski in the mid lane, so forced to back away.
My, oh my. GEEK fam, how the great have fallen. It's going to be RRQ now, again applying pressure in the mid this time round. They have all the time that they need. Revitalize is there.
Oh.
No damage from GEEK fam.
Absolutely none. They have not been able to secure Farsa in the first phase, and that has really costed them. 1-1 becomes free for the taking. Even the Yisun Shin that was dealt with by Onyx with the Farsa. This is the reason the damage-dealing mid laners have found so much value. If you don't use it in your lineup, you can see crazy picks like this just go all out. Even with the Hayabusa, usually will be enough to deal with the 1-1, but not this time. RRQ are en route, ladies and gentlemen, to secure the final ticket to MSC at EWC. Kenzie!
Isolated, and that's going to be RRQ taking Kenzie down. This is not good for GEEK fam as RRQ. They're reading them like a book.
An 8,000 gold lead to the kingdom.
My goodness.
The Kings who have fallen from grace. #1 in the regular season. We thought possibly a guaranteed slot through upper bracket finals. But Onyx put them down. GEEK fam looked, at least in game 1, to be the ones to slay them. Now Rin's fallen. Maykids is caught stranded again against Sutsujin, who was waiting. The recalls from Sutsujin as he watches Maykids to take his own life under the turret.
That was Sutsujin saying goodbye to Maykids, saying goodbye potentially towards the journey of GEEK fam. Let's see.
Way to drive! first skill from Sutsujin. Combo Tang!
Oh my goodness, RRQ! They're toying Geek Fam as they push and look for the final push.
The rookie falling, the mercenary! Going wild with a maniac! The Fallen Kings have risen from the depths of the lower bracket with a statement victory over the Kingslayers. Now they point at the ones up above, the Sky Kings, who await their final match of Season 15.
It is all over for Geek Fam.